pronunciation lesson right now is that a lot of people, when they say Black Panther's name, is like T'Challa, what's this? It's T'Challa, Shala. It's Chala, Chala, okay? And then his father's name is Chaka, okay? Not T'Chaka, not Shaka, okay? But obviously, I can see that Stan Lee and Jack Kirby were playing around with Shaka Zulu's name in there. So it's like, okay, no, we won't call him Shaka Zulu because it would be too obvious. So we'll say, okay, it's T'Chaka. Like we'll put like a T in a comma, so it's Chaka, you know. So Black Panther was first created by Stan Lee and Jack Kirby at the height of the African American Civil Rights Movement in 1966. Okay, and that was during that time when African Americans were battling their version of apartheid in America, segregation, Jim Crow laws, and obviously they didn't want to be treated like second-class citizens anymore, etc, etc, okay? But we won't really go into that, okay? So even in comics there weren't really any black superheroes, which is why Black Panther is so important, okay? So Black Panther was the first black superhero of African descent to be published in mainstream American comics, okay? And then later on came Falcon, and then Luke Cage, and the rest of the other superheroes that are present even now, okay? And I think that goes the same as well for DC, because DC, the first black superhero there was the Green Lantern, okay? Yeah, but Black Panther came before that. Now, what's really interesting about Black Panther, right, and that in that Stan Lee basically, okay, this goes back to the X-Men, okay? In 1966, that was basically considered the silver age of comics. Stan Lee based Professor X on Martin Luther King, who believed in the non-violent way of achieving peace and peaceful coexistence between black people and white people, etc. Okay, and then we've got Magneto. Okay, he based the character of Magneto on Malcolm X, and Malcolm X did not believe that black people and white people can actually peacefully coexist together. We should rather be separated, etc. Okay, so I see a similar thing also happen with Black Panther, in that you've got Black Panther, T'Challa, son of Chaka, okay, juxtapositioned with Killmonger, okay, who's basically his cousin, okay, the son of, I forgot what his name is, Jack or something, okay. Alright, okay, so Black Panther, obviously in the movie, as the movie progresses towards the end, he believes that Wakanda basically should come out of the closet, present itself to the world, and Killmonger's like, no ways, no how, colonized, okay, but with all the technology that we have the power to basically take back, okay, our power. Killmonger basically says, well, no ways, no how. Black people throughout the whole, throughout everywhere you go, racism exists. And if you don't want to be oppressed, you have to become the oppressor. Okay, there's no ways we can peacefully coexist with white people. Look what they've done to the rest of Africa, etc. Okay, so that's one of the things that actually really made Killmonger such an interesting villain, is that you actually really understand and see and sympathize with his cause, because you can see his pain. It's very relatable. Okay, I'm black, obviously, but every single black person that you'll ever meet can relate at some point where they've experienced prejudice, discrimination, racism in some form or another. Okay, it's something that basically is prevalent all over the world, not just in Africa. Okay, So yeah, that's what really made Killmonger such an interesting villain. Okay, so this has got real layers to it, you know. So that basically started. So it was a huge moment historically to actually see him debut. Yeah, and it was done so well. Okay, all right. So so that's the brief history of Black Panther.
Audiographed music.
So surprisingly, the first person who spearheaded the effort to actually get Black Panther to be made into a movie was Wesley Snipes. He did this way back in '92, okay? And at that time his career was really, you know, taking off. His, you know, he was already an established movie star at that time, okay? But he got busy with a lot of projects, and then eventually he signed on to play Blade. Okay, he did the trilogy. It was huge. It was incredibly successful. Okay, so I'm guessing that he was probably planning for Black Panther to follow after that, okay, but it didn't happen. Then it kind of went into production hell, but Marvel basically kind of put it in the back of the fridge and said, okay, we'll come back. And then at a later stage, when Robert Downey Jr. and Jon Favreau were working on Iron Man, I think Black Panther was announced that it would be done again in 2005, but there was no real set release date, or, you know. So yeah, and then it was officially announced in 2014 that it had been green-lighted. Initially, Ava DuVernay was selected to actually direct the movie, but at a later stage she dropped out because she had some differences of opinion, and I'm not actually sure what the problem was, but she decided not to direct the movie, and then instead Ryan Coogler stepped in at a later stage to be the director and the writer as well. And he brought with him, Ryan Coogler did Creed, and he brought Michael B. Jordan along with him. Anyway, okay, so yeah, and then principal photography began in April 2017.
Tell me something. What do you know about Wakanda?
It's a third world country. Textiles, shepherds, cool outfits.
All a front. Explorers have searched for it. Called it El Dorado. They looked for it in South America. But it was in Africa the whole time. I'm the only one who's seen it and made it out alive. I can see you.
The world is changing. Soon, there will only be the conquered and the conquerors.
Step into the spotlight.
You are a good man
Step into the spotlight.
with a good heart. And it's hard for a good man to be a king.
It was amazing. I loved it. I loved it. It was so great. It was so awesome. It was so rich. It was so colorful. It was so beautifully done. The female warriors were just so amazing and everything. And yeah. favorite character? Well, my favorite character, personally, I would say in the whole movie was Shuri, okay? Yeah, I'd say Shuri was my favorite. She was awesome. She was awesome. Very lovable, okay? And yeah, and Chala's female guard, or General Okoye, and Nakia being the female spy. It was just amazing. And then Wakanda basically being brought to life in the Marvel Cinematic Universe. I like Chadwick Boseman. He was very good. I actually liked the way he portrayed Chaka. He tried with the Xhosa. Sometimes the African accents were a bit dodgy, and I'm saying this myself because I'm Zulu, okay? The Xhosa sounded a bit inaudible, okay, but maybe they could have actually practiced longer and made it really sound, like proper, Xhosa if they were speaking it, okay. But I think they did a great job. If I had to basically learn a language, it would be hard, But look at Lupita Nyong'o. At some point in the movie, she had to speak Korean, and she spoke it beautifully. She spoke it as if it was like a second language or even a first language, So I think a lot of work could have been done with the Xhosa. Whoever the language coach was should have spent more time coaching the actors. They should have actually practiced Xhosa day in, day out, and made sure that at every take they said it properly. Because there was some point like, like what should we be like? What did he say? It sounded very. So yeah. Another part that I also thought to mention is that waterfall scene was quite beautiful, very dramatic though. It was a bit overdone, I think. Like I've been crushing on Michael B. Jordan since Chronicle, since he did that movie with Chronicle. And then funny enough that Black Panther made his first appearance in the Fantastic Four issue in 1966. Michael B. Jordan played the Human Torch, okay? And then later became Black Panther's adversary, But anyway, some useless information there, okay? But I'd say go and see it, go and watch it. I can't wait to actually own a copy of it on Blu-ray, and it's amazing. I can't wait for more of these type of movies to be made. Okay, so that's pretty much my thoughts about Black Panther in the movie. I'm definitely gonna go see it again. Maybe I'll see it probably 2 or 3 times, and I was definitely left with that feeling of homesickness. I really desperately wanted Wakanda to be. I want Wakanda to actually be a reality one day. And to see Africa being seen by the rest of the world as this, technological, metropolis, leading in technology, like the way we used to in the ancient times, like the ancient Africans built the pyramids, okay? Nobody's been able to actually replicate that still to this day. Okay, so Africa needs to go back to that. It needs to develop. It needs to grow. Okay, it mustn't this mustn't end in the movies. Wakanda needs to become a reality. Okay, so it was great, and I can't wait to see future. Like Black Panther 2. I can't wait for Black Panther 2, and I'm secretly also hoping that maybe Storm will get introduced somehow along the way. Like Disney's bought Fox, okay? So I think that the last movie that we'll see from Fox is X-Men The Dark Phoenix. I think after that then they'll really revamp everything, and maybe we might actually see Storm finally make her debut. It's not her debut, she's been obviously in the movies, but I really want to see a good and a proper portrayal of Storm. Halle Berry is a brilliant actress, but she's not really good at playing superhero movies. After she did Storm was very weakly portrayed in the X-Men trilogy, okay? Alexander Shipp did a great job. I liked how she portrayed Storm, but I'm really looking for that wow, that wow moment, yeah. Yeah, so I wonder who will actually end up playing her. Another thing that I'd also like to mention as well is that it was so beautiful seeing everybody dressed up. I dressed up when I went to see it. It was amazing. Yeah, it was just amazing to see black people dressing up in their African gear. The soundtrack actually featured a lot of local musicians, okay, and it was interesting to hear some of the a lot of the music that was very like top in the charts in December. I heard also in the room. I was like, wow. So that's the wrap. Okay, don't forget to like, subscribe to the channel. I hope that you like this video